Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Anas Raizo. So today, as you guys can see here, we have another figure review, and this is kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form shfiguarts Shinkocchou Seihou, or usually in Malaysia we call this line as SKC. It's the short form for Shinkocchou Seihou. So I just got this figure a few days ago, and I bought this at J&J Anime Hobby Shop. So if you guys would like to buy any items or any toys or figures, you guys can check on their website. I put the link in the description below, so yeah, go and check it out yourself. Alright, so let's jump to the figure. So this is the latest figure that I got, right? And this is of course the I guess the second release for a growing form shfiguarts. Okay, the first one was back a few years ago, I think almost 10 years ago, and that's the first version of SHF kamenriderkuuga Growing Form, which is in the normal SHF version. But this one, I can say that this is like a 2.0 version or renewal version of Growing Form in the SKC lines. Alright, so usually this is the box for SKC, right? We have the picture of the kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form found here, and this is a Tamashii premium bandai item, right? This is the logo of premium bandai item, you can see here. And basically on the little side we have the kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form, and this side we have another kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form, and the upper part we have shfiguarts. What else? Nothing. And at the back, of course, there's some description in Japanese, and of course the few poses for this kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form that you can do. Right, so look at that, very nice. So yep. And for you guys who do not know, this is SKC shfiguarts, but what I can say is SKC or a normal shfiguarts, both of them is still shfiguarts, so there's no difference between the SKC or shfiguarts line. But for me, I guess the main difference for SKC is like they are more premium. I mean, in terms of the box and in terms of the figure, the likeness of the figure is more accurate to the show. So what I can say, the difference for SKC and the normal shfiguarts. But not all shfiguarts is not accurate, because nowadays I can see even the normal shfiguarts is quite nice in terms of design and molding and the sculpture, everything. Right, so yeah, without further ado, let's unbox this shfiguarts Shinkocchou Seihou SKC kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form. Right, let's go. Alright guys, I have unboxed this kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form. So you guys can see here, he looks very nice, very fantastic, exactly as in the show. I really like the horns here. It's really cute, the super tiny horns for kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form. And as you guys can see here, actually kamenrider Kuuga Growing Form is the exact same armor as kamenrider Kuuga Mighty Form, but instead of red, this one is white. And if I'm not sure in this video you could see, but it's actually the white is actually not a pure white, it's like the shining pearl white. Yeah, right, so it's not like flat white or just pure white. It's like the I can say it's like the pearl white. So it's really nice if you look at by yourself instead of I'm not sure in the video you could really see it, but yeah, it's really pearl white. And then of course you can see his eyes and the belt is actually orange color instead of red. Alright, later on I will compare him with the other forms of Kamen Rider Kuuga, so you guys can see that the difference between him and the rest of Kamen Rider Kuuga forms. Alright, so some trivia about this form. This form is actually, I can say, the because as you guys can see, his name is Growing Form. So basically this form is I can say it's like incomplete form of Kamen Rider Kuuga. And if you watch this series, when Goda Yuzuki transformed for the first time, he become Kamen Rider Kuuga Growing Form, and after that, when he reached certain level or certain amount of powers, so he changed to a mighty form and other different forms. So yeah, basically this one is really weak, okay, really weak form. And in the show also we can see that whenever Goda Yuzuki used too much power, he will become growing form again if he lost his power. Alright, so this form is really weak form for Kamen Rider Kuuga, but I still like it because I'm a Kuuga fan. So yeah, all forms of Kamen Rider Kuuga for me is very nice. Alright, so that's about the growing form. He actually do not have any I can say sort of weapons. Okay, he just using his bare hands and foot to fight without any weapons. Okay, so let's check on the articulation for Kamen Rider Kuuga Growing Form. Okay, for Kamen Rider Kuuga Growing Form articulation, basically he has the same articulation with all the rest of SH Figuarts. Alright, basically he can move his head, tilt left and right. You can do a 360 degrees if you want. And for his shoulder over here, this shoulder pad you can move around to have a better articulation on his hand. Of course, his shoulder here you can move 360 degrees, right? If you want 360 degrees, you can go like that. Right, this shoulder will go up together to have a better movement, and you can bring it up like that. All right, and what else? Of course, he has the bicep swivel. He has the double jointed elbow, right? He can bend really well, and that's about. Then his hand over here, you can swap around with other different types of hands that comes together in the accessory parts. And on his body parts over here is two parts that separate between his upper torso and his waist, where you can move along the upper part and the lower part of his body. Turn. All right, and for his leg over here, okay, it's normal. He has the thigh swivel, and of course the I can say this is the double jointed knee. You can bend until here for you to perform a rider kick if you want. And of course He has the ankle rocker and toe pivot over here. Okay, he can move his toe just like the rest of the Figuarts figure. And the different things about SKC is on their leg over here. If you guys can see, if I'm not mistaken, SKC Figuarts do not have the what they call the drop down method of the leg. I don't think so he has it. Yep, he doesn't has it. So the this part is different from the normal SH Figuarts. Alright, so yeah, that's about this articulation for Kamen Kuuga Growing Form. Okay guys, here we have the Kamen Kuuga Growing Form accessory. So here he has 3 sets of hands and 1 hand with his signature pose, the thumbs up hand. Look at that. Alright, and he also comes with 2 extra accessory, which is this rod and also the gun. Alright, so for the rod, it's actually for you to use or to pose with Kamen Kuuga dragon form, the blue color Kuuga, and for the gun is for Pegasus form, the green color Kuuga, for you to hold this gun. And why? Because in Kamen Kuuga TV, I mean in the series, whenever Kamen Kuuga would like to have a weapons for his form, example like dragon form, he need to hold something that long, so that the things that he hold can actually transform to become his weapon, which is the dragon rod. Same goes for the Pegasus form. He need to hold like a gun, so that the gun can transform to become his weapon, which is the Pegasus bow gun. Alright, so this is why Bandai provide you these 2 accessories, which I think I'm not really bothered to use, and I'm not really excited about it, because yeah, for me it's nothing. It's just an accessory, and I don't really care about these 2. But maybe if you guys would like to do like a stop motion video, these items or these 2 accessory might become very nice for your video, because you can like make it from these normal things and it will transform to Kuuga weapons. Yeah, if you like to do like stop motion video or whatever videos that you need to do some special effect with the figure, so yeah, it might help you with this accessory. But for me, I don't really care to use it. Okay, so yeah, that's about the accessory for Kamen Kuuga Growing Form. Basically, his accessory, I mean especially for his hand, is the exact same hands with the Mighty form. So if you guys have Mighty form, this is the same exact hand gesture that you get with Kamen Kuuga Mighty form. So yeah, let's check on the comparison. Alright guys, so here we have the comparison for Kamen Kuuga Growing Form and the rest of his other forms. Right now I'm just hope that Bandai come out with the Titan form, the purple color Kuuga, so that I can complete all Kamen Kuuga forms in my collection. And as you guys can see, I do not own any rising forms for Kuuga. Okay, of course, in the market right now, Bandai already released kamenriderkuuga Rising Mighty few years ago, and I didn't get that in my collection because I decided not to collect all those rising forms, and yet until right now there are no news or any rising forms for Kuuga that will be coming out, but there are only one rising form for Kuuga that just came out for pre-order, but that one is for the ultimate version of kamenriderkuuga Rising Ultimate, which is not the main 4 colors rising form. So yeah, we also need to wait for the normal title forms for kamenriderkuuga, which is still unknown up until now, but Bandai already teased us with some teaser for Titan forms last time, but yeah, there are no news yet for Titan's form at the moment. Okay, yeah, for Growing Form, he actually has the same armor as you guys can see with the Mighty Form and also Amazing Mighty Form. It's just different, the color is different, right? And of course he's the only kamenriderkuuga with a very small and tiny horns if you compare to the rest of them, which is they have more, slightly longer horns and bigger horns. Okay, and I also already put up the accessory that comes together with this growing form. As you guys can see, dragon form already hold this rod, and for Pegasus form he already hold this gun. So these two gimmick items is quite interesting if you guys think it's interesting, but for me, nah, it's just an extra items given by Bandai, which is for me is unnecessary items. But yeah, that's about the kamenriderkuuga Growing Form with the rest of the gang. Okay, so for any Kuuga's fan out there, you better get it before it's too late. We know that the price right now is still reasonable, even though it's premium Bandai, but who knows in few months if the stock is lesser, probably couples will start to mark up the price even higher. So yeah, do get it if you are Kuuga fans, even though if you already own the previous version of Growing Form, but I guess this version still better in terms of the looks and in terms of the proportion and everything. Okay, everything. I guess this is the most perfect Kuuga figures yet right now. Okay, so yeah, again I would like to say thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe my channel because there will be more items coming out in few weeks, I guess, and yeah, I will do more content review once I receive all my pre-order items later on. Okay, thank you, and have a nice day, and stay safe, and see you guys again next time. Bye bye. Ciao.